Good afternoon and welcome to Camnet TV Media News. I am Precious Muzea Sakaleji. The headlines. The PF urges President HH to stop begging for investment but empower Zambians. Lucky teachers jubilate for making it to the teaching service. Join me with the details after this commercial.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the ministry.
There's so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
And now the media news in detail. The opposition Patriotic Front has charged that it will not praise Republican President Hakainde Hichilema for undertaking several foreign trips outside the country to allegedly go and beg for investment and honor fundings. Leader of the opposition in Parliament, Brian Munduwile, charges that the UPND administration has failed to prioritize citizens at the expense of foreigners.
Monday, the former ruling party, the Patriotic Front, during its weekly press conference at Parliament Building in Lusaka, took time to admonish the ruling United Party for National Development (UPND) on a number of national issues. The members of Parliament expressed their displeasure over the move by members of Parliament from the UPND to shoot down a motion proposing that the issuance of mining licenses on precious minerals be limited to Zambians. This statement comes at a time when Mines and Mineral Development Minister Paul Kabuswe revealed that Zambia's mining sector is poised for growth as they undertake reforms. But PF members of Parliament have doubted government's commitment to safeguarding the interest of Zambians. PF Mpika constituency lawmaker Francis Kapyanga, who spearheaded the motion, insists that the motion was non-controversial.
The motion was rejected, and we are not going to end here. We are going to reintroduce the motion after a stipulated period of time, because we know and we still believe the intention was very okay. It was non-political, it was a patriotic motion, it was a nationalistic motion, and we continue on the same path to ensure that our people are given the mining rights of precious minerals. We cannot just be taught on how much a carat of emerald is sold at the international market.
Put it on record, leader of opposition, that deep down in the minds of all those parliamentarians from the ruling party, they agree with us. If you ask them to call a press briefing to talk about this matter, I know they will not have the courage to admit, but deep down in their hearts, they know that Honorable Kapyanga had a very good motion.
But leader of the opposition in Parliament, Brian Munduwile, believes that the UPND has failed to take care of Zambians, as evidenced in what he termed as pro-Western policies, claims President Hakainde Hichilema has on several occasions dispelled.
The president's travels, because he's been everywhere, begging for assistance. I think we will praise the president when he puts Zambians first and create real wealth for the Zambian people using Zambian resources. I'm not available to sing praises for a president who's going to make so many trips to go and beg for money outside the country. I'm not available. Our MPs under the PF are not available for those praises. We will praise them if they put Zambians first. When they place Zambians first, begin to restrict mining rights for precious stones to Zambians, then we'll praise them, because we will know that the real wealth will be created.
He has also questioned why President Hakainde Hichilema has not commented on the single-sourced tender involving the Ministry of Health, which has since been terminated.
Nothing wrong with this contract. That cancellation could only be explained under two headings. One, corruption, or indeed malpractice. Either of the two, we would have expected His Excellency the President to go public and denounce this particular contract, like he's done in all other cases. The President came to Parliament and assured the nation that he will start naming and shaming This $100 million contract has happened under his charge. Nothing has been said. The silence on the part of the president is very loud in this particular transaction. The question is why?
Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
Civil Servants and Allied Workers Union of Zambia says allowing partial withdrawals for workers under the National Pension Scheme Authority (NAPSA) without amending the whole NAPSA Act will do little to address the economic vulnerability of civil servants and other workers under the scheme. In an interview, Union Secretary General Mr. Makai explains that there is need to revise the whole Act so that the beneficiaries are given a lump sum during their working years to allow for investment.
The prosperity of any country is measured by the well-being of its citizens and the type of economic activities they undertake, as well as how decent their income is from these activities. It is for this reason that Zambia hopes to achieve decent work and economic growth by 2030 under the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 8, an aspiration that is tied to the country achieving the status of a prosperous middle-income country by the said year. The Zambian government, through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, is therefore spearheading pension reforms to allow for partial withdrawals of benefits before retirement, following an outcry from employees that there is no need for one to wait until they retire before they can make any meaningful investment. Minister of Labour and Social Security Brenda Tambatamba on Tuesday 12 July 2022, when giving an update on progress made in Parliament, indicated that the conclusion will soon be made as a number of stakeholders like the Zambia Congress of Trade Unions and the Zambia Federation of Employers are being consulted. Reacting to the development, Civil Servants and Allied Workers Union of Zambia, SAWU's General Secretary Mr. Makai says what is needed is an amendment of the whole NAPSA Act to see workers getting a lump sum, unlike partial withdrawals. Mr. Makai was speaking to Camnet News.
How much are you going to get at 55 years or at 50 years? I'm yet to see what is going to happen. But for me, it is the pension, which was the way the pension is being paid. That's what was supposed to be amended, so that people get lump sum. For me, partial withdrawal, yes, it's okay. I'm yet to see the formula which they are going to use. But what people, especially those in the public service, what they've been crying for is that why can't NAPSA pay as the public service pensions fund is paying, where they are getting lump sum, then they are put on a monthly pension. It is different because currently NAPSA has a life pension where you are just getting an income every month, you are not paid lump sum. So if you don't prepare yourself properly in the 20 years or 25 years, 30 years of your service, it means you'll be maintained either on a 1,000 per month, 1,200 per month, 2,000 per month, depending on the average, on the career average which they use for the calculation.
He has also urged the Ministry of Labour and Social Security to state its plans on what will happen to employees engaged before this law comes to pass, stating that laws are only effective from the time of implementation going forward.
It will not affect those who started working in 2000 or those who started working in 2010 or 2015. It means from the time the law is going to be amended going forward, that is how it's going to be administered. But for those who were employed in the past, the status quo continues. So how are these people going to be helped? That's why now a holistic approach to reform the pension system was necessary, so that even those who are under NAPSA, they can be given maybe a platform to subscribe to public service pensions fund. What we are talking here is the take home. And critically, I'm yet to see the reforms which are being proposed and how they are going to do the partial withdrawal.
It is hoped that pension reforms will bring decency to employment in Zambia and also alleviate the plight of retirees who are always in the media advocating for their retirement benefits. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Republican President Hakainde Hichilema has reiterated the need to establish close business ties between Zambia and the European Union. Speaking when European Union delegates led by EU Council President Charles Michel paid a courtesy call at State House Friday, President Hichilema expressed appreciation for the support that the EU has continued to pledge to the country.
For the pledge of support. EU support to Zambia in many aspects, particularly on issues that will cover a little bit budget support, as well as the Global Gateway Fund, which is exciting to us, but we know that it's part of a bigger pool for many other countries. So today we'd like to cover one or two things, how we can accelerate as a country access to that fund, not just for infrastructure, but for health, for education, and indeed other areas that are covered in that global fund. I think really we look forward to, again, deepening our relationship with the EU at that broader level, but also with individual countries in the EU bloc, because as I have said many times, that today's global community is so intertwined.
Speech that you expressed in the European Parliament a few weeks ago, we sincerely would like to strengthen the ties between your country and the European Union. We are convinced that there are many fields that offer the possibilities to deepen the partnership between Zambia and the European Union. We also think that in those challenging times at the global level, it's important to have a political dialogue on some challenges of common interest. I am confident that today we'll have the occasion to exchange views and to be extremely concrete in order to address some common challenges. Thank you.
Hundreds of prospective teachers Friday morning stormed the Zambia Daily Mail and Times of Zambia offices in Lusaka, waiting for the release of names of successful candidates following an announcement by Education Minister Douglas Siakalima that 30,496 teachers have been recruited. A check by Camnet TV at Zambia Daily Mail offices in Lusaka Friday afternoon found some teachers who have been selected jubilating, whilst others were still waiting to get hold of the newspaper publication.
Following the announcement of the 30,946 teachers having been recruited by government, hundreds of prospective teachers stormed the Zambia Daily Mail and Times of Zambia Lusaka offices in order to have access to the newspaper. A check at Daily Mail offices revealed that over 18,000 newspapers had been printed against the target of 30,000 copies, flanked by Zambia Daily Mail Acting Director General Smate Smate. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Media and Information, Kennedy Kalunga, visited the offices to help calm the situation.
That today the paper has been delayed, both the Times of Zambia and the Daily Mail. As a ministry, we are here on the ground to come and ensure that what has caused the delay. Maybe we would like to apologize to all the stakeholders, all our clients, that the print paper today has delayed due to the bulkiness of the paper. If you see today, the paper is 112 pages. It's 112 pages. So we sincerely apologize for this delay. But we'd like to assure the Zambian people that the paper now is ready. It will be on the street with...
Our target is 30,000 copies, split between Zambia Daily Mail and Times of Zambia, 20,000 copies of Zambia Daily Mail and 10,000 of Times of Zambia. We've printed as at now, those which are available to go, around 18,000, which we'll start distributing. By 15, the entire full set, the target of 30,000 will be ready.
And some of the selected teachers could not hide their joy after checking for their names.
Just happy. I can't say anything. I'm just happy. I've been in society for a long time, but this time around, it has happened. Thank you so much.
How I'm feeling? I can't even explain the way I'm feeling. And I feel like crying at the same time, celebrating. But it's obvious I'll cry afterwards. You know, joy, tears of joy. Bro, I'm there. I'm there. I'm there, bro. I'm there. Thank you, thank you. So I'm very happy.
Meanwhile, the Zambia Education Coalition Executive Director George Hamsunga has challenged government to timely place the recruited on payroll.
As to go to the schools now, if we are to benefit or get the full benefits of recruiting the over 30,000 teachers. So we hope that these teachers will get back to our schools and they will be, put on payroll, and that the school managements in these schools will be able to orient them and be able to support them the necessary tools so that they can start.
And the Zambia National Union of Public and Private Educators of Zambia, NUPEZ, Federation of Free Trade Unions and Center for Policy Direction added their voices.
Be done timely so that there is no distortion. For our brothers and sisters that have not been successful in this application of 30,000 plus teacher employment, can they be patient enough? Can they not despair? The government will bit by bit be absorbing them so that the 60,000 plus teachers that are on the street are eventually absorbed.
People are tired. Let us work and execute our work, and more with promoting the code of ethics for a profession like, of course, teaching. Teaching basically deals with accountability. You're supposed to be accountable to what you're doing.
It has been diverted to other programs. In case this is this is what has happened, it would be very critical that government gets back to the public and clearly explains in terms of why they're deferring placing the teachers on payroll to 2023.
Nelson Zulu for Camnet News in Lusaka.
Well, that news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Media News, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. The PF urges President HH to stop begging for investment but empower Zambians. Lucky teachers jubilate for making it to the teaching service. Thank you for watching. I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Good afternoon.